and then we can just start cooking all the different chorus fruits that we have in our inventory. But having popped chorus fruits to make end rods are not going to be enough to glow this place up. What we're also going to need is some Glow Lichen. What up, my roomies, and welcome back to the technical guide to Minecraft. And just like kind of in real life where I am right now, it's kind of bad weather. Sorry for the lack of episodes, folks. I have just finished unpacking everything and setting up my setup. And yeah, now we can finally get back to work. And on a side note, I actually stream with my buddy Pix on the virtual world every Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. So be sure to tune into that. But enough for the self-plug. What we're doing today is going to make ourselves some more Glow Lichen. Now, why do we need Glow Lichen? It's, well, slightly waterproof. Now, that doesn't mean that it can't be waterlogged, but when it comes to flowing water, it'll stop it in its tracks, and that's exactly what we need. And why do we need this? Well, if you remember from, several episodes ago, a long time ago, we got ourselves some nether water, and right now we're using it to make a water elevator of sorts in the middle of the nether. I was trying to figure out how to make it so that people can enter in and out of the water elevator with as minimal effort as possible. And originally I thought, we'll use fence gates, but then I came to realize that Glow Lichen can do just that. And so it does two things. One, it slightly brightens our base, which, as you know, since it's in the nether, it's kind of dark. And for the other reason, that it stops flowing water, which makes it perfect for going in and out of the water elevator. And so we're going to be making ourselves a kind of small, kind of simple, but very beginner-friendly and efficient Glow Lichen farm. And so, welcome to KiguCorp, where safety is a concern. So over here, we just have a Glow Lichen. And normally, if you try to harvest a Glow Lichen with your hands or with a pickaxe or whatever, it'll just disappear, which for all intents and purposes is very useless to us. So then that begs the question, how do we collect Glow Lichen? Well, through shears. See, with shears, you can enchant them with efficiency 5, unbreaking, and even mending if you want. And with these shears, all you gotta do is pick them up and then start left clicking, and you can collect yourself a piece of Glow Lichen. But that's just one, and as you can see, it goes away. So how do we make more of it so that we can farm it? That's where this comes into play. So, taking our shears again, and some of our bone meal, we then use our bone meal on this Glow Lichen. It'll then spread to the nearest full block. Now, I say full block because if it's something like slabs or carpets or even stairs, if you were to have it right next to the Glow Lichen, it will not spread to them. And just to showcase this, we have slabs right next to us. And so, if we were to use bone meal on this, you can see that it'll spread down to the nearest full block surface. And as you can see, even though this looks like a full block, that's actually two half slabs. One top slab and one bottom slab right on top of each other. So they're both still counted as a half slab despite the fact it looking like a full block. But by using bone meal, we can then make more Glow Lichen and then harvest the one right here. But having to manually bone meal the Glow Lichen kind of doesn't make it automatic. So then how can we grow more Glow Lichen in order for us to farm it in large quantities? Well, if you remember from our previous episodes, and really a lot of these episodes that use this kind of configuration, what we have here is a basic sticky piston observer unit, where if I were to turn this on, it'll push the observer up, and these observers looking at each other will then cause a really fast and continuous redstone clock. And just like the garbage receptacle in the previous episode, if you were to put a dispenser right next to it, it'll keep activating over and over again. Now, it's not activating right now because there's nothing in it and there's nothing for it to interact with, but if there were, say, bone meal, it'll keep using bone meal on the Glow Lichen. And so, if we were to get our shears once more and then activate this, it'll then spread downwards, and all we gotta do now, go on this one spot and keep harvesting it. And we don't have to keep left clicking, all we gotta do is hold left click and press F3T. And then from here, it'll automatically do it for us. Now, granted, even with Unbreaking 3, the shears don't really have a lot of durability. It'll still ultimately break, and it won't really take that long. So it's one of those like short-term AFK farms, like you could probably like go to the bathroom or make yourself a bowl of cereal or whatever, but you're probably gonna need a couple of shears with Unbreaking for this to be a long-term farm. But really, most of us don't really need like shulker boxes upon shulker boxes upon shulker boxes worth of Glow Lichen. And so this kind of setup for the average player will probably be way more than enough. Now, if you want to play around with this, there's going to be a schematic and a world download in the description below. And with that in mind, let's head back to the technical guide world and get to it. Quick interruption. I noticed that only 12% of you are actually subscribed to this channel. Watching this long, I must be doing something right, so if you like this video, hit that like button and please subscribe to this channel. Any support helps, and these videos take a bit long to make. Thank you so much, and back to the video. That's enough. Okay, with this amount of bones, we'll have more than enough bone meal in order to make this entire build. I really love this thing. I even made 2 of them because only one person could only use this at a time, so I decided to make one all the way over there because that also had like another section of the Nether Fortress. This place has been very bountiful, both in terms of coal, wither skulls, and bone meal. But now that we have enough, head back to our base and once again, just the whole flying back and forth is wow, I've never actually destroyed this thing. You know what, I'm just gonna keep this here. It's a relic of our old episode and like kind of shows the progression of this entire area. But yeah, I definitely need to make a transportation system of sorts. Man, looking back on it, we've really accomplished a lot so far, even though it doesn't feel like we've done a lot. You know, you sometimes forget how much you've actually played the game until you've like looked back and actually looked at it. Okay. And now we're back. And just to showcase what I mean, these Glow Lichen actually prevents the water, even though that's a water source block, from overflowing into the Nether. And so this is like the general idea of how we're going to use the Glow Lichen in our base. So let's head down and start building this thing. Even though it's faster to just fall down this thing, I don't know, there's something kind of nice about having an elevator for us to use. Probably note that we're probably going to end up just breaking the shear over here. I mean, I have another one in my inventory to replace it, but for the purposes of just demonstrating how this thing will work, we're just going to use it until it breaks, which, as I said before, won't really take that long. But hey, we'll have all the Glow Lichen that we'll need for the rest of this base. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, well, now that that's completely broken, let's replace this real quick and just check on how many Glow Lichen we got. Oh yeah, I mean, this is actually kind of less than I thought, but it's more than we'll ever need, so I'd say that this was a complete success. Let's go ahead and just take this over here, and then we'll replace it with just an empty shulker box. Should have still, and just plonk it down for the next person that comes in here. Now, that being said though, you might notice that I have some tall flowers over here. Well, as you notice, I don't have access to dyes. And from what you've noticed from all the white and black is that I really don't have any dyes or any real deviations from white and black generally speaking, other than the first floor. And so we're going to fix that problem by making ourselves a tall flower or peony, sunflower, lilacs, and rose farm.